Can you take me higher? Yeah. Everybody knows that guitar part.
To the place where blind man see.
Dude, I'm seeing Scott Stapp live in concert in August. I'm not proud, but
I'm seeing Fall Out Boy, I think, in August.
You are?
Yeah, I got tickets.
Wow.
$20 post everything, and so like that's like post like the $60 ticket fees that usually get charged at a venue through like Ticketmaster and all that bullshit. $20. They're not great seats, but it's Fall Out Boy. I guess who's opening for them?
Post Malone?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh shit!
The
Cleveland's bad boy.
Cleveland's wannabe Eminem.
Hey, dude, Machine Gun Kelly goes in.
I was never a fan, so.
Really? Okay, yeah, you might like him. I kind of been getting into the rap freestyle scene, and I will tell you, Machine Gun Kelly is pretty dope. But guess who is number one? And this will blow your mind.
Is it
like
that
those clickbait articles?
Is it
number
that,
7 will blow your mind.
Is it that white kid from LA that can freestyle about everything? And I just saw him in a car commercial. Is that guy?
Very well could be, but it's not. He is dope though. I think
you know his name is Joey. So Joey something.
Oh, okay. So there's a few people.
Joey Spumoni.
Joey Spumoni. What is that like from Friends?
I don't know, it sounds like something from like Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
Dino Spumoni.
Spumoni. Help like Pataki. So the number one MC in Hollywood, according to Sway's morning show, is Shia motherfucking LaBeouf.
LaBeouf.
Dude, fuck with your kid, man. He's good as fuck.
I just watched Furry the other day with him.
I gotta say, man, I think you're pronouncing that incorrectly.
Wasn't a super fan of it, honestly.
Really?
It wasn't bad, but have you watched it?
He's talking about Fury with Brad Pitt, Shia LaBeouf, Shane from The Walking Dead. We talked about it.
That one Mexican guy from he's in Ant-Man. He's in a lot of things too.
He's good, man.
He's in a bad movie with Michael. Yeah, he's in that's what my friend Taylor said just recently. He's in a movie too called is it Michael Fox from Lost? Matthew Fox. The main guy? The main guy, yeah, that plays Jack.
Oh, that fucking hot stepdad looking guy?
He's in a bad movie called Vantage Point, where they retold the same story from different people's perspective. But I had that poster in my room when I was a kid for some reason. I've never seen the fucking movie. So they did that movie. They did it too in depth on each person's vantage point, where you're watching too much of the same story over and over again. Now, there's another movie I think called 1118 or 1119 with Patrick Swayze, and I think Hillary or not Hillary. Who's the girl from Million Dollar Baby?
Who's the girl from what?
Million Dollar Baby.
Oh, Hilary Swank.
Yeah, Hilary Swank. She's in it as well. I'm pretty sure. So this movie, I think, 1118 is what it's called. That is a movie that's kind of on this, which was before this, but it's a better version of that, where they just didn't.
Vantage Point.
Yeah, they didn't repeat the same exact movie over and over again. That's what Vantage Point. So that's the one. That's one of the things I know that guy from. So yeah, that's Furry. There's a scene in the middle, which if you watched it, you said you watched it. I'm not gonna give it away here, but. It went on too long, and it created like an uncomfortable scene. I thought that wasn't required.
Yes, I know exactly what scene you're talking about, and so this we're going to do our best to keep it spoiler free. But if you haven't seen Fury, do your best to see it. But this scene, it creates like this crazy tension that we hadn't seen before, and it honestly like made you almost dislike characters that you might have liked before.
It wasn't needed. And it kind of felt like they were trying to copy a scene from Saving Private Ryan with Vin Diesel a little bit.
Okay.
Not like to the T, but they were trying to show like this human
I'm
side.
not super familiar with the movie, Saving Private Ryan.
So it put me off a little bit. It's not a bad movie. It's worth watching, I'd say.
So you know what I thought was, well, one, I'm a giant fan of Brad Pitt, but what I thought was cool about that movie, like really good acting, and that was another movie where they didn't use a ton of dialogue. That was a ton of silence. Probably not Dunkirk level, I imagine, right?
Dunkirk, no, not Dunkirk level for sure.
No. But
I think how many words they say? Are they about 5 words in that movie? In Dunkirk, 5 words?
Okay, you blow my mind every time you talk about Dunkirk.
Is it? I think
it's crazy.
It's about 5 to 10 words, I think, total in Dunkirk.
They should have called that movie less than Castaway.
A Quiet Place. Except not a Quiet Place, because it's actually a very loud. We talked about my earache during that movie.
Yeah, very loud movie. But before I get too far away, the thing I was talking about in Fury was the bullets. They look like lasers, kind of.
Yeah, I didn't. So they made note of tracer rounds in that?
Right, yeah. So that's what I thought that was.
Every 5th bullet is a tracer round. And maybe that's what actual war was like in World War II. But as a person that's didn't fight in World War II, that was, it threw me off a little bit. Because, like man, it looks like
one of the rare Americans that didn't fight in World War II.
That's still alive today, yeah.
That's still alive, I should say.
It threw me off. Yeah, it did look like almost like a Star Wars Episode 7, that opening scene.
Yeah, those fucking lasers.
Where it's just lasers all fucking over or Terminator, when they show what happens in the future with Kyle Reese. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I can't imagine that being accurate. But I don't know. If any of you listeners out there in my jelly want to talk about it, email us and tell us if these tracers are correct. Our buddy James, I feel like he would know. Yeah, he's got the logistics.
My friend Clapp, he said he listened to an episode, so maybe he'll listen to this one. Who knows? But he's a big fan of the World Wars. Him and his father. He's got some memorabilia. They've been collecting over the course of decades, I think.
Really, that's pretty cool. Have you seen their collection?
No, I haven't seen it, but I did meet a lady that had a Nazi flag. That was I bought like a shoe, like a vintage shoe station, for like you've been to my house, like we've got like old furniture, or not furniture, but like old, like I guess like end tables and such like that. Yeah. So there's yeah, it's a nice couch, but hopefully Canada does listen to it. I bought like a shoe stand, like a vintage or 1900s shoe stand, but the lady had a Nazi flag that apparently was taken down from a building in World War II, and she was trying to sell it on this Facebook group, and people got really upset with her because of it. And I was like, oh, it's a part you can't ignore. It happened, right? It happened. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Yeah,
it's like
or Tom
modern
Sawyer
farm style. It's pretty. Yeah, I like what you're going for. Except for you spent $9 million on a couch. Well, it is a badass couch.
Yeah, I asked her how much she was selling it for, and it was more than she was selling it for, like quite a bit. I think it was like $400. I was like, I'll pass for that.
That's so stupid.
I guess you're getting a little bit less racist now.
I should have
brought like a
it's just
black
like
friend,
deleting
like
the N-word out of Huckleberry Finn. Is that the one? Okay, so yeah, let's learn from history. Yeah,
look at this guy.
Let's learn from history by deleting it ever happened. I mean, I feel like just because that shit sucks, we shouldn't like.
So I'm drinking some rum and coke here. I'm about to finish my last
especially
drink
that
here
woman. She was just trying to make a buck because there's somebody out there that wants that.
Last one
Fucking
here.
Museum,
I'm about to crack this open right here. This is my Dr. Who bottle opener. If you can hear it.
Oh, what a racist bitch!
So
dude.
this is a. I'm drinking a.
You should have
Great
just
Lakes
kept saying that
Chill
until she
Wave,
went down on the price.
which used to be
racist. 100. All right, deal.
Wait, no, but oh my god, I just realized. So this was Chill Wave before. No, it was Alchemy Hour, is what it was. I think it was Alchemy Hour, and they had to change the name because.
Oh, dude, a Jewish friend. She would just handed it to you.
But the bottle cap on this is using the Ohio sign in my room.
This man is Jewish.
Where it's the shape of Ohio, full of bottle caps. This was the last one that was different from all the rest that I've put inside my bottle cap thing. So,
take her.
As of today, yeah.
I'm on my last drink. Ooh.
I was actually thinking about counting it today. It's a lot.
Stop me up.
It took longer than I thought it would because so many people brew. So many breweries can now because I think just canning process has gotten cheaper. But also, I think cans is actually the best version besides a keg of beer that you can have. It locks in the freshness better than anything else. But this was the and then a lot of places also use the same caps as well. Plain black caps for small brews is number one. I think it's just because like they don't have to pay money for special printing. They don't pay an artist for the cap. What is that? So it's just a plain black cap. It's probably just boxes and boxes or pallets and pallets and pallets of black caps. So a lot of stuff is just plain black, silver, or gold caps. A few places do. Bell's is actually really good on doing unique caps for their beers.
And it doesn't affect beer
besides
taste.
them, Bell's out of Michigan, Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is over on yeah.
You told me about that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good beer. A different white glass though, so give me a hot sec. Sorry. Give me a hot sec. You can talk if you want, and maybe I'll edit this back in, but.
Customization, yeah. Bell's. They make Oberon, which everybody would know is like a second. That's like a second to Blue Moon in popularity of that type of beer, I feel. Yeah. Dude, I'll give you the hottest sec, bro. Hey, we got this, baby. We don't need to talk about shit. Actually, while you're looking for that, I did want to mention how you said they might have gotten sued for the name. I used to sell a product. This was before Samsung Pay, Apple Pay, all that shit. It was called ISIS. And I would get paid $5 a pop to sell ISIS. But, as many of you know, an evil terrorist organization labeled themselves as ISIS that same year. So now, we changed it to Soft Card. The More You Know, by Corey Nelius.
Hey, I'm back.
Okay, cool. Today, I reach to the sky. Okay.
And call
wait,
out
are you...
your name.
Yes, dude. I've been fucking with that song.
That's a Offspring, right?
Mm-hmm. That was one of my first albums. Was Offspring. Welcome to Americana.
So my dad had an Offspring album growing up, and I'm not sure which one it was, but it's a little boy on a swing, and
there's Americana.
Okay, yeah, and there's like some sort of octopus beast about to kill the boy,
about to fuck him up. Yeah.
Oh, I think actually, if you flip through the pages out of the front page booklet on the CD cover, I think the boy did get killed. So
it shows on the back him getting consumed. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, yeah. So.
Something like that. But that was the first album. I remember my stepdad. He was a fucking piece of shit, by the way. Fuck you, Jeff. But he had America. Fuck you, Jeff. He had Americana, and we would take turns, me and my brother, listening to it. and we just listened to that fucking album so many times. Like, that was the first CD I actually sat and listened to front to back.
My first CD. So I have a first cassette and a first CD, I guess I can say. First cassette was MC Hammer, Can't Touch This. Yeah. My mom gave that to me. And then my first CD my mom gave me was a Bryan Adams. And he had one hit song called Summer of '69. Being some
Hey,
guys
he had a
from
few
school.
hits.
Had a band and we tried real hard. Jimmy Cliff, Joey got married. Was the summer of '69.
Yeah, fucking on your mother's dick. You told me it would last forever. Yeah,
It was close. It was pretty close, yeah. So there's
those
that.
were the words?
Those were pretty close to words. But then the first actual CDs we got our own was my mom got some sort of book in like 2000 and probably like 2001, maybe 2002. It was like 10 CDs for $1. Some sort of like promotional deal thing going on back in the day.
It was those bullshit things through the mail.
Well, this was legit. I think you had to buy it and she had to cancel it
was
right away.
Not legit. Yeah.
No,
well, exactly.
Because we got it. So my brother got Linkin Park, Points of Authority, and I got.
You like to think you're never wrong.
I got Blink-182, Enema of the State.
Wait,
and
you guys got 10 records and that's all you guys got?
No, me and my brother got those two. My mom and dad got the other 8. But,
hey,
Blink-182, and I had that Blink-182 CD for, I think until 2009, 2010-ish, where it was laying on the seat of my car, and I threw my backpack on it, and my backpack snapped it in half. That was the end of it. So goodbye Blink-182 from that point.
Rest in peace, dude.
But
I read into a Blink-182 song that I had previously forgotten about, but I have 2 favorite Blink-182 songs. First one is Not Now, their breakup song, which was beautiful. That's just a beautiful song.
Sing that one for me.
Not Now.
So I'm not good at names of songs. I'm gonna admit right now, unless it's Kanye. Even then, some Kanye songs, I'm not sure.
Shit, Not Now. Fuck. I'll remember that one. I can't remember it right now. It's on my playlist.
If Ashley Brown ever listens to this, she'll scream at the headphones.
Yeah, she'll be like, these are the fucking lyrics, bro. But the other one was Dumpweed. Do you know Dumpweed?
Yeah, I know that word. If you give me like a lyric, I would know it. But
it's like,
I know that
she's
one.
a joke. She's a fucking nightmare. I forget about.
And again, it's way too late. I need a girl that I can train.
Turn your back around now. You never had a chance now. Yes, that's the best Blink-182 song.
That might have been the one they opened up for when I saw them at the Riverbend with our friend Lucas. Our friend Pucus Lucas.
Pucus Lucas. Fuck you, dude. I'm pretty upset that most of my friends have seen... Wait, never mind. I'm one of those friends.
You saw Blink-182. They're performing again in Columbus. I didn't see where, but I don't think I want to... I thought about seeing them, but I don't think I want to, actually. I was kind of disappointed with the last show, but maybe I should... Maybe I should just buy a ticket, just to fuck with it.
That's why I'm seeing Scott Stapp from Creed. But I had a really good time at that last Blink concert. It's probably because the whole 2-hour drive, we were on a booze bus.
Yeah, dude.
That was a fucking bad idea, dude. Everybody was so fucked up.
Dude, I drank way too much that night.
Me too, man. I hit Sheldon's girlfriend in the face with a Jello shot. I'm pretty sure I said, "Here's your shot." And then I hit her in the face with one.
They're performing at the same spot. September 15th.
That was a cool venue.
September 15th, dude. If you want to go, that's where I'm seeing Tenacious D in November, but it's indoor, which I didn't even know they had an indoor spot.
I saw Switchfoot indoor there.
Was that in like 2006?
Hey, I got dragged along to that one too. I was the only drunk guy at a Switchfoot concert, and I'm not upset about it.
Are they a Christian rock band?
Yes.
So yeah.
Now I will say I do like Reliant K from my childhood, so that was a little nostalgia ride. But Switchfoot, not so much.
Christian rock bands, man. I'm not showing you too much, but unless you are like one of the top tier ones, a lot of them just kind of sound the same, right? It's like, I love you, Jesus. Ah.
Oh, so what? Okay, I used to be very like hyper religious. You and I were like would always go back and forth about religion, and I'd be like, dude, I want to hang out with you in heaven, bro. I want to dance near the gates, bro. And I used to be like super hyper religious, but the music, it's like really weird. Like literally, a lot of their songs it feels like brainwash. It's like
South Park did a good job with that.
It's better than your God. Like
South Park, they had a scene with
faith plus wood.
Yeah, it was like, I love you, and they took baby and they scratched it out, but Jesus. And it was like,
I want to feel you inside of me.
It was like, baby, just turn out the light, and it's like, Jesus, just turn out the light.
And they got like super successful, but you can't win a fucking what is it?
I was like a
golden.
You can't go platinum, but you can do.
You can't go platinum. You can only go myrrh.
Yeah, and
they went double myrrh.
You get double myrrh.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's funny, yeah.
I used to be big into that shit, but I agree. It does sound pretty repetitive. Some of them slip through the cracks, like Skillet.
Yeah.
Skillet
I've heard a bit about mainstream
stuff. They're pretty cool. I've seen them in concert a few times.
Remember, there's POD too. It's a couple good songs.
Which one? All I know is that boom, red like it or not. Here comes the boys from the south. Boom, here comes the.
That might be it.
That's it, right?
I do remember. I think I had like 3 good songs, and one of them got burnt out on me when I was wrestling in school. Back in the day, someone played it back to back to back. It's like repeat one song, and you can murder a song in fucking 3 plays, right? Yeah, 3 plays.
Not Drake's Nice for What. I've heard that 30 times today.
Oh my gosh, dude, I listened to the new Kanye albums. I probably 20 plus times each. Just they're only 7 songs a piece, but
yeah,
It's like going through like a journey, and you can burn it through it really quick. It's like watching a movie almost, but you can, obviously do other things while you're listening to it. But man, Ye and Kids See Ghosts, those albums, each time I listen to them, I feel like they gain more value. I think they're fantastic. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm also like a big Kanye nerd, but man, I really enjoy these recent albums.
I liked a few songs from Kids See Ghosts was pretty cool, and it's only because I've only listened to a few. I've been fucking with Drake's Scorpion album because, dude, Drake
is that his newest album?
Yes, it's good, man.
I saw like he came out it was like a 28 song album.
Yeah, I haven't listened to nearly all of that. Just like Post Malone did, though. His Beer Bongs and Bentley was probably 18 songs, I think.
Yeah. So I like some Drake. I can't really get into Post Malone, I gotta say.
Okay, everybody that says they can't get into Post Malone, I would like you to text me, email me, verbally chat with me, but don't look me in the eyes because I'm a serpent. Just ask me what Post Malone songs are good.
You messaged me one and you told me. And although the one you told me, you said, if you don't like this song, then you won't like Post Malone. I did.
And you didn't like it?
I kind of enjoyed it, the one that you sent me.
Oh, so, cool. What was that? Hit This Hard?
I don't remember. It was like 2 months ago. It was right when the album came out, Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
Okay, yeah. Hit This Hard. That's from Stoney, though. Hit This Hard is dope. And then Candy Paint is pretty awesome. But yeah, man, I'm just proud of him. Because when he showed up, I was like, who the fuck is this scrub? He is hideous. And I didn't even listen to his music. But now, yeah, I fuck with him.
No, I hope he crushes it, but I mean, he's no Ye.
Are you pretty upset that you didn't get to go to a Ye listening party, or are you like above that?
It was in Wyoming. I'm not gonna try to do Wyoming, but he is doing apparently a show with Pusha T, and I'm not sure who else, but I'll probably buy tickets for his next show. I almost bought tickets for his last show, but I just didn't do it. He was playing the Schottenstein, which is, not far from my house at all. That's the Ohio State basketball stadium, so I watched, it's not walking distance, but
well, not if you're a fucking pussy.
It's pretty far. I saw Black Keys there, so
That'd be a badass one.
Black Keys was really fun. Yeah, Arctic Monkeys opened up for him.
You like
I
those
don't know.
guys?
Yeah, I'm not like into them like a whole bunch, but my brother introduced me to a few songs of theirs, and I enjoyed a little bit of Arctic Monkeys. Yeah.
What's a shout out that you want? What's an artist that you want people to hear that you're pretty confident a lot of people aren't aware of? You can pull up your playlist if you have to.
I know some on the top of my head that I enjoy. It's really indie music. It's super indie. But the guy's really talented. He's like a one-man band. His name's Andrew Bird.
Yes, the world whistler.
He whistled on the Muppet album. I can't remember what part now. It's been a while since I've seen the film. But he's a professional whistler. I saw him at the Fillmore in Detroit. Kitten bought me tickets for my birthday because she's the best wife ever. And it was
a long time ago too.
Yeah, maybe 3-4 years, about 5 years ago actually, probably.
Pre-marriage, so
yeah, pre-marriage. It was really good show. If you're into sort of like indie hipster music, he's a good one. Good chance that no one knows he is. Also, there's a guy from Canada. His name is not Drake. His name is Brad Sucks. He has some pretty good albums.
I think I've heard of him. I'm not sure if I've listened to it, but I've heard good things.
It's pretty unknown music, but he does some good stuff. So I found out from him from a YouTube guy that used to play World of Warcraft. So that's where that's where I found out about him. Yeah.
So my recommendation, she's pretty like on the underground, but honestly, dude, I think she's gonna make a comeback. I don't really have cable or listen to the radio too much, so I don't know if she's on that stuff. But her name's Beyonce, and
I've heard of Beyonce.
Yeah, she's got some cool stuff. If I Were a Boy is one of my favorites, and then I also like James Vincent McMorrow. He is a very like chill piano music. Oh, dude, check him out. I don't mess around with the Devil's Lettuce because I'm a Christian boy. But if you guys do smoke, listen to The Future by Son Holo with James Vincent McMorrow. Trust me, do it right now. Stop the podcast, do it right now. But come back to the podcast.
Have you... So, I mean, if you were a person that listened or that participated in the Devil's Lettuce...
Well, I'm pretty upset you asked that, but yeah, let me get out of my comfort zone and answer your question.
Is there music that you listen to where you did not get it, and then after you hypothetically would have been under an influence, you kind of understood it, and you're like, holy shit, I kind of get like this idea of what is going on?
Oh, well, let me tell you here, kid. Every song's that way. No, I can imagine. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like once you're in like a focused mindset, like that's how I feel about Childish Gambino's "Awaken My Love." Everybody knows Redbone, but when you actually sit down and chill and like listen to the album, then you're like, all right, Gambino. Everybody's fucking with the kid.
I say I've recently gotten into listening to entire albums versus listening to
thanks
a song.
to vinyl. Vinyl.
I think vinyl was like a big push for me to listen to like the entire track. And there's some Kid Cudi songs. I've listened to Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon, a lot. I've actually barely listened to any of his other music. And there's some Pink Floyd albums where I've listened to where I was under the influence, and you don't get some songs or transition until you're experiencing that, and you're like, holy shit, literally I listened to Man on the Moon dozens of times, and I did some songs I would skip over because I was like, why the fuck is this here? And then if you're under the influence, you kind of get it, and you're like, holy shit. This
okay, so yeah,
I understand it. Yeah, like this is I understand why this is here and why it was placed here. and you
exactly.
kind of
And
it's like a new experience.
How I could benefit from it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty great. But yeah, like
What song do you recommend? Mine was
what song?
when they did that, or the Pink Floyd album where they did it live out in that Stonehenge place.
Yeah.
People will know what I'm talking about. So that was very cool from Pink Floyd.
There's a couple things I wish you were here. Where I was like, man, like it seems like a little bit much. I think there might be like a third or fourth track on Kid Cudi, "Man on the Moon," that I listened to. And I was like, that's a bit much. But then when you listen to that under the influence a bit, you just, it sounds super cheesy, but you just kind of get it.
Yeah, you let your fucking guard down. You can actually hear what they're trying to convey. I think that's cool. So I do have 2 recommendations. Well, you don't know the song you're referring to, Cody?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, just listen to that whole album. Erase Me by Cudi is cool, too. Check that out. But my 2 recommendations are both by Florence and the Machine. The End of Love, check that out. And then Hunger, check that out. If you don't get goosebumps the first time you hear that song and you're partaking, I imagine that helps. Then fuck
Florence and the Machine, I've never
Dude,
I've never like gone real deep into it. But every
queen.
time I've heard a Florence and the Machine song, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
She's a good. I mean, she's like so Lady Gaga, she gets some shit, because she's crazy a bit.
She's a meat dress.
She did the meat dress, but she is incredibly. She's like a female Freddie Mercury, right?
Yes, dude.
She
and I
is
didn't have that
so
opinion until 3 hours ago. That's crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy. You said that. I heard her do. What did she do?
She's so good.
A Song for You. I think that's what it was called. A Song for You. And she just smashed it on the piano and fucking belting, dude. I think she does the whole All Eyes on Me because she knows she has the talent to back it up. If I wore a fucking meat dress and everybody looked at me, they would get nothing in return. They would just see a chubby man with chest hair and a meat dress.
No, she's backed off on that, right? In recent years, she doesn't do the. She's not doing the crazy shit anymore because. So I really enjoy Amy Winehouse's music. R.I.P. Yeah. So, but
more like Amy Vodka Apartment. Am I right?
She did die from alcohol overdose, right? Is that what it was?
She did. Yeah, I made that joke before and it didn't land. I don't know why I thought it would land this time.
Oh shit! Yeah. Well, no, I thought it was a tough crowd.
But
no fans of alcohol abuse.
Anybody out there abusing alcohol?
Back to Black. That's a good album.
Really, she's good, huh?
I'm waiting to buy that on vinyl. So.
I'm interested in seeing the documentary about her because
I forgot about that.
She was pure talent.
She was, yeah. She's really good.
Even Rogan loves Winehouse.
It's
and you know how it should go.
Yeah, it's a. Like I said, I think I've talked about it before, but I've never been addicted to something, so I can't. I can't pin myself and try to really describe it, but I always imagine trying to tell someone to like don't have orgasms anymore. How about that?
Yeah. I'm more than aware how addiction works. I used to struggle with tobacco and nicotine. I'm addicted to icebreakers now, but I get it, man. Like I can see, and it's deeper seated than we see. Like I do sympathize with Amy Winehouse. She was just an easy target, but. Do you know what age she found fame? Because I think fame is just such a weird thing. You can't cope. You have to numb your mind.
I don't know when she became famous. I mean, I know it was in the early 2000s or mid 2000s when she kind of became popular. But if I had to guess, she's probably did she die in her 20s? I guess I probably I have a computer.
She died at 27.
Damn, dude, Jesus, I'm older than her. God damn.
All right, I am her right now. But Jimi Hendrix, Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, all died at 27.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Jimi fucking Hendrix, you are older than the guy that's all along the watchtower, and he's a badass. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
What's the song like? Voodoo Child.
Mm-hmm. Hendrix is a fucking badass.
What can I ever do when Jimi Hendrix created Voodoo Child? That fucking riff. Oh my god,
Voodoo adults.
Here I am, a year older. I haven't created Voodoo Child. God, Jesus, fuck, man. Give me a break, Jimi Hendrix. You're breaking my balls.
Dude, you're busting my fucking nuts, Hendrix. And you've been dead for like 30 years. I'm still living in your fucking shadow. Don't get me started, Cobain. You said I wish I could eat your cancer, and people enjoyed it. People were fine with that, Cobain.
Here's an interesting thing.
He said that on a fucking song. I wish I could eat your cancer.
Eat your cancer away.
You'd
Yeah.
black.
Na, 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 na.
Yeah.
Here's you ever check out the Beatles a little bit?
I have the Blue Album that I listen to 3 times a week.
You ever check out the Beatles' career? It was like 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Really?
I was not
crazy.
aware that the Beatles
What
cranked
the
out so
fuck?
much fucking shit. Dude. It's insane.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's no wonder they lost their fucking minds. They're and if you listen to the Beatles songs, you know how we were talking about The Devil's Lettuce? Their albums make no fucking sense. Either way.
And also, and they, even too, like, you can say, like, all right, like, they cranked out so many hit songs, but if you listen to, like, their first music and how different it is to their last music, it's fucking nuts how fast they progress through. I mean, listen to fucking Kings of Leon and Fall Out Boy. I mean, yes, like, they're doing different shit. Blink-182, but it's relatively similar, right? But man, some of the the Beatles stuff, oh my god, it is fucking nuts how
even in fucking 3 years. Even in the 3 years.
When I originally, like, you know, became introduced to the Beatles, I was like, that must have been over the course of like 3 decades, right? No, it's like 10 years. It's fucking nuts.
Even like, so these are the album I have. They all happened within a 3-year period, and a song like "I Am the Walrus," which is a goddamn fever dream. I have no idea what's happening. I don't even know what's happening. And then "Let It Be" is within that same 3-year span. Like, what the fuck, dude? Might have been
is that Rubber Soul?
Rubber Soul?
Yeah, I don't know if that was Rubber Soul or.
It's a Blue album, 1967 to 1970. It's like a compilation.
Well, it's Magical Mystery Tour. Apparently, is that what that was from? Which I think that was
What's your favorite Beatles song?
I mean, it's like a Hallmark #1 easy Beatles song, but it's one I listened to. They played it on WKTN, and it was "Day in the Life." Woke up, fell out of bed, tried to comb across my head. That song.
I've never
went
heard
downstairs, had a little smoke.
See if that's Day in the Life. Oh, it's
Realized
right
it was a dream.
It's right before All You Need Is Love.
So that song, yeah, that was a song. I think it played on WKTN,
right now.
and I heard that, and I thought it was so crazy as shit because that song shifts from like a happy-go-lucky song to kind of like borderline demonic.
Dreary.
Yeah.
Demonic.
Yeah, almost
like that shit freaks me the
almost
fuck
like
out.
borderline demonic, and then it shifts back from that to happy-go-lucky song, and I think it does that. Like, I think there might be like 2 shifts, two total shifts. Like it's like up, then down, and then I think up down. Can't think of the top of my head right now, but that song kind of like really threw me out of the whack. Which actually brought me something earlier I wanted to listen to or talk about a little bit.
One of the songs I'm referring to on that album.
So I mean, it's a really famous Beatles song. I think like if you look on Love Songs of Beatles #1 songs of all time, that's gonna be one of them. But I want to talk about
when you like. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But when you mentioned like how it goes from demonic to calming back to demonic, or opposite, calming, demonic, calming. That shit is crazy. Like, what the fuck were they?
Yeah, it was a crazy shit, and yeah, it's fucking some LSD, which the Beatles denied. But I mean, can you really say like, did they really deny it? Come on, dude. Come on. Who are you?
Come on. Just like Bill Nye wasn't ripping a bong every episode. Come on, Bill.
I used to think Bill Nye was recorded in Bowling Green, Ohio. Because
really?
That where it was
on that channel.
It was like broadcasted from Bowling Green, I think. I was like, oh my god,
WBG TV.
I was like Bill Nye's only like an hour and a half away from here. Like I'm gonna fucking go. And then I realized that it wasn't. I used to think TV was live back in the day because I was a retarded kid.
Same, dude. Same.
I was like, they just filmed that just now.
And isn't it crazy that guy that used to teach us science, like, is now a person that like debates Christians and talks about going to Mars and shit.
His recent Netflix show was terrible.
Oh yeah. It sucks that he lost so much validation because he literally had a song about LGBT. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
It was cringy. Like the show also too. Like this is a show for adults, but we're gonna treat them like kids. Come on, dude. Give me a break, Bill Nye.
No, you're a goddamn crowd. Stick to the debates these days.
So thinking about songs that I hadn't heard though for a long time, I want to get in this because So there was a song and it went like this. It was like I would look for something, all it comes never leaves that close. So I heard that song and that's how I remembered it for honestly, no joke, 6 years. And I thought that song was really cool.
It was a good song.
And it took me, no joke, 6 years to figure out what it was. It's a fucking Foo Fighters song. It's All My Life. And I heard that on the radio, and this is like pre-internet days. You know, like this is probably like 2008 before we could really just you couldn't really just Google lyrics, I feel, and find a song.
The internet was there, but we didn't.
It wasn't great, yeah. So that song came out in 2002, and I'm not sure when I heard it, but it was a long ass time. So that song stuck to me for fucking ever. Never found out what it was. And then literally today, and I text you about this, the first time you saw like TV boobs. I just found this out today, and I'm so happy that I found out what it was. But so this is like, I used to live in the country a little bit. And this is probably shortly after 9/11. It's like 2000, 2003. And I'm watching a show, or my dad has the TV on, and he's watching this thing, and it's Frank Sinatra's "It Was a Good Day," where he's like, "When I was 17, ba-da-ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da."
Wait, Cody, where'd you go? Frank Sinatra's ghost took over the chat.
And then he gives the things like, "When I was 21, na." So during this scene, it goes from, and I've been looking this for years because I thought it was in a movie, but I found out it's not a movie. It's actually an episode of The Sopranos, and it's an intro to that. And it goes from literally a woman or not a woman, but I think it's a man in a rehabilitation center to a girl with fake tits getting fucked on her back and her tits are bouncing. And I remember my mom yelling at my dad about it because my brother and I think my sister as well, were in the room watching it. He's like, I didn't have a chance to fucking click it. And really, like, it's like one face frame. It's not even a hard cut. It's like a blurred frame between the two where, it's like literally chick on her back, fake tits getting fucked. And he's like, I didn't have a chance to cancel it. And I watched it, and so took me like decades. I looked this up like 3 years ago, and I could not find out what it was. I knew the song because I knew like when I was 17, and I found out that was Frank Sinatra.
Dude, it fucking stamped that into your brain, man. That's crazy.
That's why I'm into big ass titties now.
Hey, welcome to the goddamn club, buddy.
Twice my years later, I was probably 10, almost 3 times my years later, still at a big giant tits. Here I am.
You said you saw it at about 10.
It's probably about 10. It was shortly after 9/11. It might have been 11. Might have been 11. Might have been, possibly could have been 12. It was whenever The Sopranos was airing. But I guess if you looked up the air date on the episode of Frank Sinatra, Sopranos, giant ass tits.
Is that what you gotta look up? Giant ass tits. Sopranos.
Just look up. If you look up
True Detective tits.
If you look up Sopranos and you look up Sopranos, it was a good day. You'll find out what scene I was talking about. Yeah, True Detective tits.
What are the best tits you've seen in TV? Not porn tits. Fuck porn tits. I'm talking. Hey, I want to note that I love ladies so much. I respect you so much, but I like titties too. So. Yeah, what's your favorite titties you've seen on a movie, Kodai?
I'm a big fan of Heather Graham. I've always had a big
Hangover?
I've had a big crush on her, yeah. Heather Graham.
She's a stripper in The Hangover, right?
She was a stripper in The Hangover. She's super cute, super beautiful. I've also had a thing for Julianne Moore.
Whoa.
From Jurassic Park 2. And I think that stems to me when I was like a young child, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
She was the villain in Kingsman 2. Yeah, I get it.
Oh my god, I haven't seen it. Spoilers.
Oh, that's not a spoiler. She's in the trailer. You should watch it if you think she's hot. Let me think, dude. So, Butterfly Effect 3 holds a special place in my heart because that was next level stuff, dude.
It's like, how does Butterfly Effect 2 compare to Butterfly Effect 1, and how is Butterfly Effect 3 compared to 1 as well? Have you seen them all?
So,
because 1 is a respectable movie.
You know what? I think
1 is not bad. 1 is not bad.
I liked 1.
That's a movie.
But
that is a movie.
Yeah, cool. Back in high school, I was like known as the Butterfly Effect boy. Like, it was so weird. Everybody would know, like, Corey loves Butterfly Effect. He won't shut the fuck up about it. But the first one, I liked it so much because, unlike Vantage Point, they spent just enough time in the butterfly, like, where he was going to travel to.
The first one was good.
He would go to his childhood, hang out there, come back, and then new future. Like, it was really cool to see him fucking things up, coming back. Essentially, the idea behind it is something as small as a butterfly's flap can change the entire world. And I love that idea. Maybe I didn't even love the movie, just the idea. But, short story, long as fuck. Butterfly Effect 2 sucked dick. Butterfly Effect 3 had a chick getting banged on a glass table. And that was the first time I saw, like, boobs on a glass table, and I was like, add that to the list of things I think is cool.
Oh my god, titties on glass? Yeah.
Dude, I fucking like emailed all my friends. I'm like, hey dude, glass titty table, check out the Butterfly Effect 3, bitch.
Sign me up. I guess we're into the same fetishes, but goddamn, yeah. Titties on glass.
Yeah, titties on glass, dude, that's a good band name.
Yeah, titties, that is a good band name. Goddamn, dude, yeah, titties on glass. Man, yeah, I'm serious. It's fucking great.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. Yeah, this is a safe place. Those titties on glass are great. Something cool I wanted to talk about, though. This is a new segment from me, and we're about to get into it. It is called...
Pause me. I'm sorry. Because we had this break. I want to take a piss.
All right, I got you. Well, I was leading into the break.
I'm super sorry. Oh
no,
shit!
That's what I was doing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it.
BRB.
But you were about to bust out this new segment. You said so. I thought it was gonna be like a long, drawn out thing.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Right,
I got a PT.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, we took a break. We don't give a fuck about you, but we took a break.
We don't give a shit, bro. We took a break. We took a motherfucking break. Like Kit Kat.
Break City. Break me off
Break
a piece
me
of
off
that
a piece
fancy
of that.
feast.
Yeah, bitch. All right, here we are. This is a new segment. We have 2 segments we got to get to today. So this last chunk is going to be segments. Thank you guys so much for staying aboard. I know we peel off in different directions, but we like that, baby.
All right.
Nobody calls me up.
The law says you cannot segment. But it sure is all the brown burgers out here now.
Yeah. All right, ladies. Today we have Will. Corey died from trying a vegan appetizer. So, I am a big barbecue fan. I love me some barbecue. I smoke pork. I smoke brisket. Pork more than brisket because brisket's one of those things you gotta love and care like a family. Pulled pork is like a one-night stand, so keep that in mind. But today with me I have Satan Jerky, or Satan, however vegans say it. So I'm gonna try this meatless jerky. And I've seen a lot of places are going.
Is this live? Is this a live jerky?
This is a live jerky test right now. So
yeah.
I will tell you it does not look like jerky. It looks like a Laffy Taffy. Candy star.
I'm curious because I've had a recent. All right, so Corey's eating this. I think you got it cracked open. I've had a recent meatless meat burger patty recently, and
I
gotta say I was incredibly disappointed with it. It looked
That's what
like
I'm getting with.
I gotta say, like it looked like a raw burger patty at first. I was like, did someone severely undercook these? So I ate one, and he told me no. One of these is a beet patty, and one of them is a beet patty with tofu. I said, okay, I'll try this out, and I felt like it was a scene from Parks and Recreation where Chris, what was his name? Chris something.
Pratt.
No, not Chris Pratt.
Pratt.
He's older. He looks really good for his age. He's like 50, 56 or something like that. I can't remember his name. He cooks a vegan burger. He puts all types of toppings on it. Really puts an effort into it. And then Ron Swanson cooks a just plain meat patty. And they think the vegan patty is really great with all the toppings and everything. And he rips on Ron for not putting any effort into his meat patty. And then when they all eat Ron's meat patty, they realize how much better it is. And that's what I felt like with eating like a regular meat patty. Just it didn't matter how much you fancied it up. It just felt not as great. And I don't want to rip on you if you're vegan. I understand.
Yeah. We're not here to do that, but I'm about to fuck you up. No, you can finish. I got my review coming.
So a lot of the meat I eat is deer meat, which this deer was shot. I had deer for dinner. This deer was shot in the woods. Had deer for dinner. A lot. Yeah, I literally had deer for dinner as well.
Really?
A lot. Yeah, I made like a Philly cheesesteak, sort of mushroom, pepper, onion, with provolone cheese on top, and slapped on a cup of mayonnaise in this like giant pot.
Fuck it.
It was
eggs and deer.
A lot. I mean, a lot of the meat I eat is deer meat, and I get if you don't want to eat deer meat that is, or not deer meat, but like if you don't want to eat cattle meat that is factory farmed where they're confined to a pen. You know, I think free range meat, deer meat, I don't think is actually that bad, just because those deers lived a full life up until the point where they got shot, and deer can live a brutal life in their back end. So I'm all about the deer meat. It's delicious. It tastes good. It's not factory farmed.
Yeah. I actually, so a little segue. Don't let me forget to come back to the jerky because I do have I might try this other piece before I give you my whole thing because halfway through that I started to enjoy myself. So I'm having mixed feelings. But anyways, I killed my first deer this year, and I used to share the mindset that a lot of Americans do. Like, I can't believe you're killing that. They're out there like roaming and having fun. But the alternative is getting a burger where their lifestyle is a little bit worse. And I don't want to get like political or anything, but that's just like how I felt. And I was like, okay, I want to see where my food comes from for once and see if I could sustain this. And I went out and I got myself a deer, and dude, you feel like shit. Like, I felt so many weird feelings. I just drained all my serotonin that day. But after I said goodbye, I'm like, thank you for the meat, bro. Like, after that, now I'm eating a year later on the same meat. Like, it's good. You still have a lot of deer you don't even hunt, Cody.
I try. I don't get really to go out hunting as much as I would like, just because I live in Columbus, so there's not really hunting in Columbus. And the access I do have to hunting is with my cunting. I think I said cunting. The access I do have a hunting is with my my not quite stepdad, who is the best man I could ever know. He's a fantastic guy, but it's in Kenton and it's further away. And he really puts an effort into it. But I've always felt in my 15, 20 years of hunting, I think 20 plus years of hunting, honestly, because if I think about it, I've always felt like I was a little bit unlucky on the game showing up. Like, I would go goose hunting, and we would scout out these geese landing into a field, and then I would show up, and the geese just wouldn't appear there. Yeah. Same thing with ducks. Yeah. I had a good day of rabbit hunting before. Deer hunting, we have like trail cams. Like, I'm pretty sure the deer are gonna be here. I show up and the deer just don't show up. So that's my experience.
It's probably because you smell like.
I smell like Columbus. I smell like a little bit of mead, beard with honey wax in it.
You smell like a hipster.
I smell like a hipster. They can smell the flannel on me in December.
That's genius. They can smell your fucking flannel. Yeah,
so, man. That's my hunting experience.
Yeah, that's cool. I can relate to that. And guys out there, guys and ladies, I just want to let you know, if you see people that constantly have like big, impressive animals all the time, every hunting season, they
lucky.
might be going to like resorts. No, like, I don't know. Some people are lucky and some people are good at hunting, but some people do it the shady way, where you pay and you shoot up in the sky and you're going to obviously get 100 birds because this place specializes in that. I don't agree with that, but yeah, try out the deer. Let me give you my vegan jerky review so we could go to your segment, Kodai. It's weird, but honestly, like, the whole first experience, I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? And then it does shred like beef, which is kind of cool. I'd say it's too wet to be jerky, though. But after I finished it, I was like, yeah, if I had to, I could eat it. It's weird. I suggest you guys try it, though. It's called Primal Strips. Meatless vegan jerky.
It sounds really non-primal. Like, I feel like the name is incredibly misleading.
They're like, what are the people that like meat? Primal? Should we be like them? Yeah. Okay, well, let's just call ourselves primal.
And I want to say, too, for my meat cred, I've shot rabbits, squirrels, geese, ducks, turkeys.
I killed my cousin.
I've shot a lot of shit, but so I don't think I have a non like meat. I'm not trying to say like, oh, like I kill all kinds of stuff, but it's not like I enjoy like killing stuff, but I've had like an experience killing meat, and I've grown up sort of on both sides. I live in Columbus now, which is an incredibly liberal city, and I think probably for the most part if I told a lot of people I enjoyed hunting, they wouldn't be accepting of it. And I had sort of I watched Fox and the Hound as a kid, and I kind of wondered, I was like, because the hunter is the bad guy in Fox and the Hound, right?
I
do you remember that movie?
No.
Fox and the Hound. The hunter
I've
is
never even seen Lady and the Tramp. Dude.
the hunter is the bad guy in Fox and the Hound. I remember asking my dad, and I almost felt like I broke his heart a little bit.
You said that as a child?
Literally as around the age of 8 or 7 or whatever.
Wow. Well, that's their fault. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I guess I don't know, pushing that Disney agenda about those princesses.
Yeah.
What do they know?
Fuck princesses, dude.
Hey, that brings us. So Jerky? Not scale of 1 to 10. How would you recommend it as a meat eater yourself?
Yeah, I would like to do this with more foods. I think it's called Seitan or Satan. I don't know. Seitan. I would like to try stuff like this more, but in a hot burger maybe, because I do like Boca burgers. Boca burgers are cool. Morningstar corn dogs I fuck with. This I'd eat it again, but only if it was like my friend handed it to me and they're like, if you don't eat this, we're not friends anymore.
I get you, yeah.
That's my review. So 6 for vegan food, a 3 for a real jerky.
Oh shit, yeah, it's savage.
Well, I mean, what do you want from me?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Hey, so what'd you say you were drinking earlier? Did you cover that?
Oh, I didn't get there, so sorry.
I didn't cut you off. I'm sorry. I just poured my second beer, so let's see what you were drinking earlier.
Oh, you're good, man. This is Brewdog Elvis Juice, and it is the beer that you introduced me to.
Hey, yes. You enjoying it? James tried it when he was in Kenton last time, and he enjoyed it. So what do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, man. I really like hazy IPAs. This is a little bit see-through, but as for that juiciness, very good. I like a pulpy beer, so this is my top 3 beers, though, for real.
Hey, so what do you think about
excuse me.
So you obviously grew up in BG. What do you think about legal joints? Did you experience those at the Brat House? Because I know Aaron did for sure.
Oh, I did. Dude, we went all the time.
Yeah, I said we drank a good bit of alcohol, probably a little bit too much. But I found a recipe. I mean, maybe I should have given this away, but you can just Google it yourself. But if anyone ever party in BG, oh god, give me a goddamn second here.
Do you have the recipe? Because if people listen,
I have a recipe. Yeah.
Okay, if you're here right now, you need this recipe. They would charge $5 for it, and they
this is a legal joint. It's a ounce of amaretto, ounce of rum, and an ounce of vodka. So I'm reading off this. Sorry. Pour ice first. Take a pint glass, fill it with ice. This is exactly how I made it. So if you want to make it a little stronger, I guess go without ice. But amaretto.
Oh, you need the ice.
Amaretto, rum, vodka, 1 part each. Fill it with orange juice, non-pulp. You can do pulp if you want. I actually really enjoy pulp in my orange juice, but you need an OG orange juice. You can't do fucking Minute Maid bullshit. You need that Kroger gallon jug of orange juice.
Shit.
Yeah, you need that. And then fill it up, and then you throw a fucking flick of triple sec on top. And that is a legal joint.
Ooh.
Bowling Green Brat House style. So sorry, Brat House, if you hear it. I love you, Joey. You're a great man, but you can't keep that
Joey,
secret.
shout out. Thank you for all the delicious trials.
You can't keep that secret forever, man. Who do you think you are?
It's a badass drink. Fuck you. I'm not paying $5.
It's good,
I'm just kidding. I love you. You guys should try it out. And if you haven't kicked it in BG, Brat House is a badass place to chill.
It's a good spot.
Before we get into your segment, Cody, I do have a few shout outs. Just want to say what's up to my buddy over at Hollywood Fishbowl. Check him out. His podcast I see them grow quite a bit. I'm not necessarily an avid listener. I hear content here and there, but he's got some cool shit going down. And then Mississippi Bones, dude. My friends, I have 2 friends, Derek and Heather, and they're in a band called Mississippi Bones. Their new album is fucking sweet. For real. I wouldn't lead you astray. Check it out.
We'll give a shout out to Megan H.
What up, dog?
Can we,
Sorry, downsizing got so much shit.
Yeah, can we give her a little plug? Just she's I don't know if she actually listens or not, but I've known her for a long time.
But yeah,
she's active on the Facebook. If you hear this, hey, we appreciate your input.
Yeah, you're a cool chick. Sorry about downsizing. We'll get to that.
So I have a feeling that I'm gonna watch downsizing and really enjoy it. Is a thing.
I have a feeling I'm gonna fucking hate it.
You think so? You think you're gonna hate it? I think I'm gonna really enjoy it. So I guess
the thing is, I know I'm a critic whore and everything, but dude, a 20% with audience, that's one of the lowest.
It is low. It is low.
We talked about it, and you reacted that same way. It is low.
it's pretty goddamn low.
We'll see. How about this? You and I, before we record next time, we're each going to watch Downsizing and come back with a review.
So, I also watched the trailer, and I was like, this movie looks pretty fun.
Fucking sweet.
And I understand, like, I like a lot of movies that most people don't like. I feel like I don't want to sound like a cunt, but I enjoy a lot of shit where it's hipsterish, it's not for the masses. And I felt like Downsizing probably fell into that category. And
like
also said the same thing about
second Ghost Rider movie.
So
do you still feel that way?
I don't. So I haven't watched it since, but
okay.
I want to say I don't think the Ghost Rider was that bad.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not saying it fucks with your credibility. I have movies I'm like that too. I mean, I went on a 3-minute tangent about the butterfly effect like a half hour ago. So
it's not good, but it's not. The second one, I kind of understood. So some of the scenes that seemed really silly with, God, what is his name now? Who is that?
What are you talking about? Who?
The National Treasure.
Oh, Nick Cage.
Yeah. So the Nick Cage movies, I don't. I get what he was.
Who is that guy?
I get what he was doing for the second movie, and so the first movie was really bad. The second movie, I kind of get it a little bit.
Hey,
it wasn't good, but
quote me on this. I want this to be on air. Okay. 2 things. Daniel Tosh is going to go down as one of the best comedians of all time, and the second thing, everybody's about to fuck with Nick Cage, man. He is making a comeback, and he is going to be dope. His old shit, I mean, whatever. But he's got a new horror movie out that looks like it's going to fucking change the game like Devil's Candy.
I saw that trailer, yeah.
And it looked fucking sweet. And he was in Mom and Dad. Awesome.
So you wanted to talk about Daniel Tosh and Deadpool.
Oh, okay. So if you guys are Deadpool fans, go back to Daniel Tosh's special and check that out. Because I don't want to say Deadpool copied Daniel Tosh, but Deadpool is a moving, fighting Daniel Tosh. Like, he has the exact same cadence that Tosh has on stage. And I noticed it last night. It was crazy. I'm like, Daniel Tosh's comedic style is the exact same as Deadpool's.
He's been doing that for a long time, right? Yeah.
Oh, 2007.
Is that when his show came out, or?
And he's worth so much money, dude. So much fucking.
He does really well.
Good for him. And comedians respect the fuck out of him. His jokes are so funny. The only person I could compare to him. Who's that guy you said was too. He had a shtick and he stuck to it.
Andy Jeselnik.
Jeselnik. Yes. Jeselnik is trying to be Tosh. But Tosh already set up camp.
And the sad thing is I liked Anthony Jeselnik before. But
I liked Chris Hardwick before.
I'm
just kidding, Chris. I don't know what happened.
That's it. I listened to Robot Pants and I liked it. So I don't think, if we get into Chris Hardwick, I don't think a person should be judge and executioner in a trial. Judge, jury, executioner, is that the phrase? Yeah. I don't think one person's blog post of an ex-girlfriend should be that. And I'm like,
you know what? Let's talk about it. I like this.
So I want to say, like, I understand that it's really hard to disprove something if there's no evidence for that. But with that said, just because someone says something that someone did, that person should not be.
They shouldn't be right.
They shouldn't be considered right, and that person should not have the accused should not have their career just crumbled. They shouldn't be blacklisted like that. Because because let's wait
innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah,
and that should stand.
That is our trial.
And that should stand with social media. That should stand whether what gender you are. Now, if this man did do the things that were alleged against him, then get him the fuck out of Hollywood. But don't ruin his career because somebody said something and you just jumped on, you know.
And so like I said, like I understand it's hard to disprove something that you might not exactly have evidence for. But man, like the guy, I would say like he didn't have any accusations before that, and he's married now to a different woman.
Genuine. I know him. I listen to his podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like I know him.
He doesn't have any accusations after that. So I would say, there's a good chance maybe that's, maybe these aren't this isn't the full truth to everything. But it could be completely wrong. I won't say that. But I don't think you just
read his apology and see what you.
Well, I saw he even promoted. He put forth some tweets or a tweet of a text message conversation saying that she wanted to get back with him.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if that's true, I mean, you could say it's just as fake, possibly as even her text message. There's no validity to either of them. But I mean, I guess if you put in context of what everything is, he could be completely innocent, and maybe he's a piece of shit, but I'm leaning toward innocent at this point.
Right, and that's just based on what we've received. So everybody decide what you feel, and then if he's a piece of shit, then get him the fuck out. That's what we both feel, though.
And I'm not a big fan of his. Just put in context of that as well. I've listened to his podcast before.
Now, if this is Joe,
I used to listen to it. Yeah.
We'd be a little aggressive.
Yeah, I've listened to Joe a lot more than Chris Hardwick. But
I'd say Joe's almost like a father figure to both of us. Like he's kind of shaped how I do shit.
Yeah, he's I mean, I like Joe Rogan stuff a lot, and so I've had the same situation as you. When I started listening to Joe Rogan, I was kind of missing a father figure.
Yeah, same. And I've been in that too. So yeah, and I showed it to my brother, and he loves it just as much. I think it was a cool thing, dude.
So yeah,
you guys should. If you're not listening to Rogan, you should check it out. I'm gonna go see him in September, so that should be pretty fucking cool.
If you want to hang out, hit me up. I say I didn't buy tickets, but fuck it.
Fuck it. I'm down with chilling. I think
come hang down.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, don't buy a hotel.
Oh yeah, I'll come kick it with you. Cool.
I'll drive you.
Cool.
It's not that far to drive.
All right. Well, you should try and get tickets anyways. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to grab a beer right quick. And we are going to get right back to Listener Jelly and Cody's Casserole. I hope your nuts aren't crunchy. Asada. You're the duh, Cody.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. So that...
Oh, I saw that.
Hey, how'd you all kids like Magic Mike? Because I guess some people a little bit too much for him. Also, I think about this. Don't.
Hey, yeah, it kept some of our fans away, right?
If you watch a movie that has like a sexual preference towards it, like, just don't worry about that. It's a movie.
Dude, honestly, if you're that afraid of your sexuality being flipped to the other side, then maybe you need to see the movie. For real.
It's a really great movie.
I wasn't nervous about it. I am fully ready to embrace whatever turns me on. That's what I'm gonna chase after. So I beg you all to do the same. And I will say it's not male strippers, thank God, because those are hard to come by.
It's a great movie. So yeah, it doesn't deserve any type of like hate.
It was it was a lower listened to episode. So I feel like you guys might be, I don't know, being a little hesitant. Check it out, boys. You know daddies won't lead you astray. We got
Try it out.
Back.
Try it out.
All right. I'm going to bring us into the segment here. I hope you guys like Vegan Treat with Cornelius. Okay. Welcome to Listener Jelly. This is the new song that we have been working on for countless hours. And by countless, I mean about a half hour. Listener Jelly, Jelly, yeah. I reach to the sky and Listener Jelly. I just thought of that one, dude. I was thinking all day, like, what would be a funny Listener Jelly song, and it just came to me. So
I enjoyed it.
Okay, Listener Jelly today.
That's gonna be the new intro for the Listener Jelly segment.
All right. Okay, on today's Listener Jelly, I asked you, what is the worst fucking movie you've seen? And this, dude, I got a lot of good answers. I got 46 comments. So
I saw it. It was like pretty hot, dude.
It was looking hot, dude. Trying to get blue in most states like Barack. Okay. My friend Shelby, a very good friend. We grew up together and now we're reconnecting. What's up, Shelby? Thank you for listening. The movie that she did not enjoy, she said she walked out. She walked out of the Hunger Games.
Walked out.
I found that interesting.
That's savage.
Savage, dude.
Are we talking Hunger Games 1?
That's what I'm thinking. She said of Hunger Games. She would have specified. Unless you jumped into like a second or a third one, I respect your opinion. I will say that first one though, it kind of got me jacked up. I think maybe there's like something in my lizard brain that gets off to the whole battle royale thing. I think video game developers are tapping into it right now, to be honest with you.
Well, I'll say I read the books before. I watched all the movies.
Okay.
I really hated the third book.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't think I've actually rewatched it, actually.
The woodpecker? What kind of bird was that?
The fucking woodpecker. Mockingjay? Mockingjay, yeah.
Mockingpecker, that's what it was.
Mockingpecker, yeah. It was the last one that I read. So the book felt really oddly paced. It almost felt like she had a deadline. And she's like, oh shit, I gotta meet this deadline. So I just better finish up this book like real quick. And that's what that last movie felt like. So
I like that George R.R. Martin, like, he has the same deadline. And he's like, fuck you.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Suck my fucking dick.
Well,
you wrote the Hunger Games. You can tell she's like, oh my god, my stepdad's gonna beat the fuck out of me if I don't write this book.
Well, you watched Logan Lucky, and I love how there's that prison scene.
Yes.
We want the next Game of Thrones book,
you.
Winds of Winter or whatever. I'm not sure what it is, so I apologize if I'm wrong.
It's Winds of Winter.
So, and they're like, the warden comes up and he says, so that book hasn't been released yet. The guy's like, bullshit. It was supposed to come out 3 years ago. I know it's out.
Those guys from upstate know all the shit. They know exactly what happened.
Like, it's not out. I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now, and that book's not out yet.
He's like, George R.R. Martin had scheduling conflicts. He hasn't finished the book. The TV series and the books are not chronologically together right now.
I love it. Yeah, that was great.
Yes, dude, that was the best scene. I remember I'm not a big Game of Thrones fan, but I was sitting in theaters watching Logan Lucky by myself. So fuck America.
You watched Logan Lucky in theaters?
Oh yeah, of course I did. Because that guy paid out of pocket to promote it.
You're some sort of next level fucker right there,
dude. I'm telling you, I see a good movie, man. And I was the only one there, and I started clapping my hands when I heard the fucking Game of Thrones thing. So check out Logan Lucky. What's your video this week, Cody? I'm not gonna get too far from Listener Jelly. I'm still here, guys. But what's your video?
I have another one. I recently watched the new Blade Runner movie, and holy shit, I walked out of it,
baby.
Dude, I walked out of the Blade Runner movie and I was like, God damn, dude. Fucking hit me hard.
Really?
It was one, like...
How did Leto do?
I rip on myself for enjoying the Tom Cruise Edge of Tomorrow film. Where I walked out of that movie and I was like, God damn, like this movie was holy bee's knees, holy shit, bee's knees, goddamn.
I love that movie.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed it as well, but I understand like it's not a Oscar-winning film.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, so that's what I'm like trying to
segue.
I'm trying to like point out like I understand that Edge of Tomorrow is not Oscar worthy, but for some reason that movie stuck with me, and I recently watched the new Blade Runner, and that movie just kind of hit me. I understood it.
Really?
I just kind of grabbed onto it, and that movie's kind of I'm still feeling the vibrations of that through my body.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I tried it once, and I tried to watch it on a sleepy day, and I fell asleep.
Now, have you watched the original?
Recommendations of Mindset. I couldn't watch the original either.
Well, I guess watch the original, and I will say I don't like the original. I'll stop. Hard pause right there. Don't like the original.
Okay, cool. So you didn't have high expectations for the sequel either.
Not exactly, because it's been literally 30 years, right? I think.
At least
40 years. 40 years, I think.
40. 1982 or something.
Was it 80? Yeah, so 30, 40 years. 72, yeah, 82, who knows?
Oh, it's definitely 80s, I think.
It's been a long while for the original movie, and I did not enjoy. I forced Caitlin to watch it, and she did not enjoy it as well. And then we watched the recent one, and
What'd she think?
She didn't like the original as well myself, and I've only watched it 2 times, so maybe I'm not getting it. I'll admit that.
Right, I couldn't get it.
I'll admit that. Like, there's some movies like you just kind of don't.
I got Primer the first time I watched it, so I'm.
Yeah, I'll say smart. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not to be super intelligent, but like I kind of understood the base of Primer as well. I need to rewatch.
Inception. I understand every layer of dreams, so fuck you. I even get the ending, so fuck you guys.
Primer.
Shutter Island.
If you say you understand Primer, then you're just fucking lying.
I was lying. I had no idea what the fuck was happening.
I know. I guess.
Same with Memento. Same with Memento.
Yeah. Oh, you should. You think of, oh, I think I kind of like slightly spoiled Memento for you, but.
You're the one that taught. Dude, yeah. Thank you. You've taught me about a bunch of cool films. Yeah.
Memento's good.
Primer though, dude. We should do Primer.
No one knows that movie is.
That I don't care. That is on our fucking.
If you're listening right now,
once we get some success.
If you're listening, listen to Primer. It's a crazy ass movie.
Check it out.
It's not.
That's on our bucket list.
It's definitely not like for everyone, but that movie will throw your fucking gears into a wrench.
It's weird, man. All right, let me get back to some listener jelly. I still got another half hour with you here. Okay. Oh shit, it's about 1 o'clock. Okay. Downsizing. Downsizing got a lot of beef. Our buddy James from the Fast and the Furious episode said downsizing, worst thing I've ever seen, hands down. So he also says the trailer was taken from the one good scene.
I haven't seen it, so I can't quite respond.
Yeah, so I don't want any spoilers or anything, but this is kind of... I can understand where you're coming from, James. Like, obviously, 80% of the audience hated it. So, Megan, you're in the 20%, and that's cool. Like,
it has bad ratings.
It does have bad ratings.
I feel like if I watch this movie, I'm going to really
enjoy
it. Yeah.
But, so Cody and I have decided that we're not going to do an episode on downsizing, but we will watch it and come back with our review here soon for you guys. Yeah, so... Yeah.
Till next time,
Megan.
Megan, but I appreciate
I hope we
you.
redeem it. And I did have a guest of ours. His name was Ethan. He mentioned that he loved Wet Hot American Summer. he does want a redemption and to defend himself. So maybe we'll ask Megan and Ethan directly how they would defend that film.
We appreciate you.
Next one,
we appreciate your comment.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for writing in, guys. Our next one is Brett. He's a good friend of the podcast. He's been there since day one. What's up, Brett? He said, it's a hard question, obviously. A few that come to his mind is the Phantom Menace, which, holler if you hear me, everybody feels that way. And then Warcraft movie, which is against what you've told me in the past, Cody.
So Warcraft movie, this could be because I walked in with such low expectations. And
because he went in with Brett went in with high. He did mention that.
So I've been a Warcraft fan for probably since 2006. Yeah, 2006, which is 2 years after the game came out, which was World of Warcraft. But you also have Warcraft 1, 2, 3. I'm not entirely sure like when those were all out, but Warcraft 3 was a pretty big RTS game. I didn't experience it, but I have so many fantastic memories of World of Warcraft, and the lore on it I think really rivals Lord of the Rings. And so with that, I mean, it's great. They took the wrong story, from my opinion. There's a character called.
So they picked an expansion that somebody had already played.
There's a character called Arthas, which I think would have been a better intro to the Warcraft franchise that they could have gone with. They didn't go that route. It wasn't great, but I walked in with really low expectations. I told Caitlin about it. Caitlin enjoyed it. That might be a parallel of her enjoyment of the Lord of the Rings franchise. But she enjoyed it a little bit. I didn't think it was terrible. It's not something I'd really recommend. Rent it. You might enjoy it if you're into the fantasy genre. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. I'm intrigued by it. So my question is, obviously there's such a giant fan base when it comes to World of Warcraft. Why didn't they just pick something that had that would hit you with nostalgia, you know? That would have made ticket sales explode, like the Lich King or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Arthas is the Lich King. That's a fantastic storyline, and they could have introduced a large audience with that storyline.
Right.
They didn't. Yeah.
How many hours do you think you've thrown into that video game?
Not as much of a Jimmy K.
Jimmy N.
Oh yeah,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But we can say his name. What's up, Jimmy? You played Warcraft too much, motherfucker.
And I played a good bit.
I'll tell you right now, dude. I'll tell you fucking right now. Way too much.
I played a rivaling amount, if he ever listens to this. But they're coming with a new expansion, I think, here in November. The pre-patch just came out recently. I'll probably buy the game and try it out.
I did buy Mists of Pandaria, and I hadn't played until...
I never knew you played.
Yeah, so I played back... actually, my password is based on Warcraft because I thought it was so cool. Like, you know that password that everybody has? Like, for everything. Like, their fucking Sprit account, their fucking Clubby of Gas, all that shit. Mine stemmed from World of Warcraft. And I played so much, and I saw it consuming my life. I felt like, there's no way I can go to school and play this video game. Plus, our stepdad only gave us an hour on the computer, so I was due it from the get-go. But then I came back in college, 2011, and I started playing Mists of Pandaria. And, dude, that game, man, that shit will get you addicted. We had a buddy that...
It's a good game.
How long was Jimmy into it, you think?
Oh, he had a year played. And this is not the shit you know, Jimmy.
In-game time.
In-game time, and this was at least 4 years ago, at least.
Yeah. Oh, he still plays?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. He's played a lot less now since then, but he had a fucking trilogy worth. He had a year.
Dude. He loves gaming. Hey, we got Jimmy, our buddy. His video game is going to come out. It's made by Unlit Fire Studios, so check that shit out. because it's gonna be dope.
Well, we'll hit you up with Jimmy, but goddamn, dude, you're a goddamn savage.
Hey, slow down on the video game, Jimmy. I feel like I'm getting that way when it comes to Fortnite, man. Like, I know some days I am so fine with sitting in front of my TV and just letting that game eat me alive. But I, like, tell Google to remind me when to get off because it's so addicting. It's like, Google, at 1 o'clock, tell me to do something dope, you know?
I've been playing Realm Royale. That's what I've been playing.
So that's a lot like Fortnite, but instead of the whole drifting down, you just like slam into the ground, don't you?
Slam into the ground. There's no building. You shoot some stupid fantasies type of guns.
You hate building, don't you?
I mean, I've never experienced it, so I can't say I hate it.
Oh, you never even played, dude.
Never played the Fortnite, dude. Never ever touched
dude.
it. Never. I don't even have it installed.
It's free, motherfucker.
I mean, I remember when it came out, and our friend Ethan.
It's so fucking fun.
Told me, he's like, check out this new game, and they have a Royale type server.
Who told you about it?
Ethan.
Ethan told me about it.
Yeah, this was
before it even got popular.
This is before it got popular. He was like, check this out. I was like, nah, dude, I'm good to go.
He was like in Back to the Future. He was like the guy that held his phone to the stage when Marty was playing. He's like, dude, check this out.
He was like the guy with the almanac, and he was like, hey, like, you won't believe who wins the Cubs are gonna come back, fucking 4-1.
Dude, hey, I got the answer to PUBG versus Fortnite. Do you want to know the answer? It'll make you millions.
What's the answer?
It's Fortnite.
Oh shit, Fortnite all day.
They won. They won.
It is true, yeah. PUBG, they just
they couldn't, dude.
They could not get the server stability.
Yeah, if you're making the best game ever, you better make sure it fucking works. Because Fortnite swooped in and they're like, well, PUBG's not doing it. Let's do it, and now we got a winner.
I agree. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's really fucked up. They had like they had a great.
She feels the same way.
They had a great sort of gun balance.
Yeah,
but just if your game doesn't run well, then what's the point of that?
You can't play a game that's not fucking running. Like my buddy would tell me, me and my buddies would play Fortnite for like 4 to 5 hours. My friend that was playing PUBG, he just kept saying, dude, you don't understand. Every game I get kicked out and then I have to rejoin the game. Like you're gonna lose.
PC has not been as bad, so can't quite say.
That's cool. I'm not passionate enough about it to like bury PUBG. I will say.
Yeah. But I've had a lot more fun playing Ramble Royale recently.
Right. Well, and that's Battle Royale too. So let's see what's next. I am excited. I don't know if we have a lot more time, but Cody and I will talk about the expanse of virtual reality. That should be cool too. Another person wrote in and said the movie they recommend is Troll 2, which everybody should know about this movie. It is the second most infamous movie now. I would say it's the first, but then the Room, where they made the Disaster Artist out of, that movie came up way faster than Troll 2. You heard about all that, right, Cody?
Yeah, I will say I'm not familiar with Troll 2, but I'm aware of it. I understand what it is, but I've never watched it. I need to. Dude,
so we have a buddy, Paul. Everybody knows Paul is the sweetest pea in the pod, okay? I love this kid. But, dude, he fucking hates Troll 2, man. I watched Troll 2 with him, and he's like, dude, this acting is so shitty. What the fuck are we watching? And I'm like, Paul, you gotta like it because it's a shitty movie. And he is not down with the shitty movie thing. He fucking hates that movie.
Paul's the biggest savage.
Dude, he doesn't give a shit. Dude, he'll tell you. Honestly, if you're curious, like, if your outfit looks good, walk up to Paul and ask him. He's gonna tell you straight up what he feels. He has zero filter.
You could win a Nobel Prize and Paul be like, nah.
He'd be like, yeah, I did this. I love that.
Terrible person.
Good dude. A good dude, Paul, but fuck you. So yeah, Troll 2. Troll 2 was super weird, man. It had like really shitty acting, but it's one of those movies that kind of broke through, and people go and actually sit as like a whole community and watch the movie with how shitty it is. Yeah, it's like something that town does.
We can talk. I mean, we can mention a little bit. Not a shitty movie, but Groundhog Day, which was deemed on that movie would never account to anything, and now it's in the Library of Congress in Ohio, or not Ohio, but the United States of America. And they do that.
What? You said it's in the Congress?
It's in the Library of Congress for just being an important film, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that fucking movie.
Oh shit, cracking that bitch open.
This is Arizona sparkling water.
So much water, so much sparkling.
Are you having another beer, Cody?
No, I better not, honestly.
I better not either. Okay, cool.
I could.
So, yeah. The next movie. I'm only going to pick one of your movies, Nacho. Thank you for writing in so much. A couple of his honorable mentions, Dumb and Dumberer and Justin to Kelly. But the movie... Oh, Exorcist 2. Yeah, thank you for all these picks. Thank you so much. That's very cool of you. But the number one movie I want to talk about that he talked about, because it might not be popular opinion, is A Quiet Place. Now, Cody, did you see that movie?
No, but I plan on, like, tomorrow. I really want to watch it.
Okay, cool. So, A Quiet Place is one of those movies that did, like, smashed in the critics and everything. It got amazing reviews, but I'm hearing, like, talks of the town that people didn't like it. And it's one of those movies, it's a different experience. So I will tell you guys, don't hate the movie, but just think like, oh, I've never done this at a movie theater before. Think of it that way, and you're going to like it a lot more. So thank you, Nacho, for writing in. I will say, I could kind of see why you thought it was so shitty, but like on paper, it just sounds so cool. So kind of try and rewatch it with the mindset I just gave you. So yes, Quiet Place. Thank you, Nacho. Dumb and Dumberer 2 sucked fucking dick as well. So don't ever watch that.
Yeah, I heard bad things.
Don't watch that movie. I'm telling you. Unless you could watch it and you can guarantee none of the proceeds will go to Jim Carrey.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm so disappointed in Jim Carrey. Okay. My brother said Tom Hardy was in Locke. L-O-C-K-E. He did not like the film because he's in the car the whole time. But my brother is the number one Tom Hardy fan on earth. So if a movie sucks that has Tom Hardy in it, he would be the person to tell you. So do not watch Locke. Thank you, Mackenzie. My mother, she says Frogs is just the worst. I've never seen it, but I did look it up. It is a 1932 movie, and it got like a 3.3 to 4, which is really bad for an IMDb review. And I will check it out, Mom, but I gotta say, I'm gonna throw a little shade at you here, Madre. She loves the Greasy Strangler. And, dude, I will say, if you have not seen that fucking movie, watch it. I wanted so hard to like it, Mom. I swear to God, dude, it's gross as fuck.
The Greasy Strangler?
Oh, my God, dude. It's like, there's like scene. It's one of honestly, dude, the movie is meant to gross you out. It's like, it's almost meant to try to make you puke. And it's like a fat dude is really awkward. Like more awkward than Napoleon Dynamite times 30. And his dad is this like super serial killer, but he doesn't remember doing it. He's called the Greasy Strangler. And throughout the movie, he just keeps eating more greasy stuff. he makes like a shit ton of bacon grease in a pan and puts it on something, and then he eats all the grease. He's like, "Is it not greasy enough for you, kid? You fucking pussy. You bullshit artist. Dude, it's the weirdest shit I've ever seen. Anybody that's seen it will connect to what I just said.
Was it directed by Rob Zombie? This what
it's weirder than Rob Zombie.
He's not good, right? Can we agree? I guess.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
I will talk about it, but I just want to say he's not that great.
We don't gotta talk about it. I will say like
he does like
because
gross stuff.
It's a big statement from our podcast.
He does gross stuff, but
he's in the shock factor. I don't like stuff that's that real, you know. Like it's cool to see that shit in action, but he makes it like too real. He wants to like fuck with your head.
Fuck him.
That's what I've gotten from Rob Zombie, at least. Am I incorrect with that?
No, I get you.
All right, cool. But yes, I don't fuck with Rob Zombie.
I just say I never fucked with them just because never felt that connection.
Gross. Derek, one of our buddies, Derek, said Hump Day. Do you know what that is, Cody?
I'm not sure what that is exactly.
Okay, let me take a peek real quick. Sorry if it's like a super popular movie, because I should know about it, but let me take a peek. Hump Day. If it's a rom-com and you're fucking with me, Derek, I'll be pissed, because you know Daddy likes his rom-coms. Hump Day. Closing time. Sorry about the burp, guys. Cody, were you Googling it too? Because I can't find it. See if you can Google the film, because I'm just not getting enough internet up in my room with the call. I got a country fucking house, dude. Side note, while Cody looks
there's a 2009 movie, Hump Day. It's got Pete from The League.
Oh. What did it get?
It's got a 6.0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
6.0?
That's a IMDb. So.
Oh, okay. That's okay. All right, Derek. I'll just touch on that lightly, buddy. I've never seen it, but I will try and stay away from it if it's that shitty.
It's got a 79 critic, 51 audience.
79 critics?
Yeah, 79 critic.
Ooh, Derek, I don't know. Put that on the list of second. Ooh, that's a new segment. It's called Second Chances. Megan, your movie gets a second chance. That is downsizing. And Derek, yours gets a second chance because you're on the opposing team and you hated the movie. Hump Day gets a second chance. Cool. Thank you guys for writing in. And third, which is a buddy of mine. He was a firefighter with me, and he's a military dude. He's a very, very cool guy. His name's Bam Bam. He said Napoleon Dynamite. He said movie is straight up stupid. I get it, man. I get people that didn't like it. I was very young when this movie came out. This guy's he's got about 20 years on us, but I don't know, dude. I thought it was kind of a cool director's take, but I can definitely see why people wouldn't like it. How'd you feel about it?
I've never enjoyed it as well. So to say, I agree.
Not a lot of people did.
I get what it was going for, but it wasn't the cult classic that a lot of movies have adapted or obtained. The movie's just kind of weird, out of place.
I do have a friend out there that is on my team. A girl I went to school with, Shelby. She still listens to the podcast. What's up, Shelby? Again, back where we're from, Napoleon Dynamite hit our school like a goddamn virus, man.
Going like a freight train, just like yesterday.
Wait, it was more like waking the demon.
Ball with the ball, the bang, dig it. Chop the bucket.
Chuck the bucket. But back where we went to school, Napoleon Dynamite was very popular, and people would wear T-shirts and do like impressions of him. So yeah, I don't know. It might have been like a per district kind of thing. I don't love it. I haven't seen it in 15, 20 years. So yeah, thanks for writing in, Bam Bam. All right, guys, welcome back. That was a short intermission. You guys are embarking on something cool today. This is the most 6-pack version of this movie so far. Cody and I have had a few brewskis, and we're just having a good old time. So I hope you guys are drinking up too. Let's have fun today. Not every day though. Slow her down there, Turbo. We're gonna do Cody's casserole next episode, so please stay tuned. Any parting words from you, Cody?
Nah. Listen to the show. We're thinking about changing the format a little bit with the movies. So I guess let us know if you enjoy when we post this episode. Let us know if you enjoy we're planning on doing a shorter version of the film. Or we're planning on doing a more audiobook version of the film, which we're kind of like half and half with the audience. So hit us up, let us know what you want. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very important. If you guys don't want the podcast to change, please write in and kind of stand for what you believe in there. And then if you guys do want that little aspect to change because you're a big fan of the other side, let us know. The most important thing to us right now is the people listening right now is super awesome that you guys are staying around and kicking it. So we fucking appreciate the shit out of you. We're very excited. We're coming up on 6 months here, and it's just been a fucking hell of a time. So give us a review on iTunes, and please continue communicating. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the other side, Slick.
And there me spoken. See you.
Did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he'd put on a dress and play a girl bunny?
No. No.
Neither did I. I was just asking.